So my new project is I'm going to be decorating 2 of the rooms of our friend's house. So one is a girls' room and then one is a boys' room. So for the girls' room, it's pink with like a wall full of daisy flowers, and then one of the other walls is like a cute pink boho rainbow. If you're interested in how I did that, I'll leave a link below and you can check it out. And then for this room, it's going to be a boys' space theme room. So first I'm going to do a base coat of like a medium blue, not too dark, not too light. And then on top of that, I will do some either drawings or stickers of like cute stars, moon, astronauts, space rockets. So yeah, it should be very colorful and fun and cute. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. For painting is I always get paint on my shirts, so I'm tired of like painted shirts, so I'm actually wearing my shirt now inside out, so this is the inside, and so if I get paint then who cares, so this is a good way to like not destroy your clothes. So I've taped up all the edges, so this wall's going to be blue and the rest is going to remain white. So how do you get like a really crisp line when you're painting one wall and not the others? Is first you have to stick like your painter's tape or frog's tape. I like the green one better than the blue one. Second of all, I think this is one of the most important tips, is before you paint it blue, you need to add a line of like the original color of the wall. So for example, here it's white, so I'm actually going to be adding a layer of like white paint right on the edge of the tape, like this, all the way like around the wall. The purpose of this is that the wall's not flat, right? It's textured, so the green tape actually is not going to adhere very perfectly to the wall edge on all the areas. So there may be some gaps and like voids. So what this does is the white paint will actually fill in those gaps and voids along the edge of the tape. And so when I go in with my blue paint later, once this white is dry, there won't be any kind of uneven blue line. So I took a picture of the wall, and in Procreate it does some scribbles of like the rough placement of where I want everything. So now it's time to draw this onto the wall. rockets, moon, and cute things on it. So what I found is really important when you're doing big murals is like getting the placement of all your objects like how you want it. So what I did actually was once I painted the wall blue, I took a photo of the wall and then I used my iPad. I have like a drawing app called Procreate. I inserted the photo of the wall and then I drew directly on the photo. Like I did a mock-up of what drawing I was going to draw, and also I played around with the placement. So for example, once I drew like the rocket, I kind of moved it around on the wall until I was happy with where the rocket was, etc. So this is kind of like my mock-up of the drawing I did. Once I was happy with what I was drawing and what the placement was, then I actually took green frog tape, like the painter's tape, and then I stuck like little X marks or like little stickers on the wall of what that placement of the drawing is on the wall. And then after that, I painted each of the objects up. So I think that was definitely helpful. So do that if you're also going to be painting a mural. You don't need to have anything fancy like Procreate. You can actually just take a photo and even use the Instagram app. So if you go to the story section of the app, you can actually insert your image and you can draw on the photo. So you can draw like a very rough sketch of, are you going to draw a moon, or are you going to draw a rocket, and what's the placement that you want the object. One other thing I struggled with for this wall was getting really crisp lines. So for example, this white line, once I paint the whites, if you look really closely, you'll see like the edge of the white line is a little bit fuzzy because the wall is textured and the paint, I don't know, maybe it's to do with the paint and also like the amount of paint I had on the paintbrush. Like the edges will be a little bit fuzzy and not very crisp. So then what I have to do is then I take the blue paint and I go back and paint very close to the white line and clean up all the fuzzy areas until I'm satisfied with like how crisp and straight the white line is. So this took up a lot of my time, and yeah, I think that's like kind of the most like painful and time-consuming part of this whole process. So I'm gonna get back to it. Hopefully I can finish today.